it's Friday, February 26th, so it must be time for another legislative update from your North Carolina Medical Society. I want to first bring up a bill that I mentioned to you last week. House Bill 93 require naloxone scripts with opioid scripts, which would legislatively mandate that you would have to prescribe naloxone with opioid prescriptions. The Medical Society opposes this type of legislative mandate and has created a sign-on letter for your specialties and county medical societies to sign on to. Many of you have signed on, so thank you if your county or specialty society has signed on to this. We're really grateful to have the support, and it means a lot to legislators to see a long list of opposition on this particular issue. If you haven't or want to ask me if your specialty or county medical society is on, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can add you on if that's something that you're interested in. The next issue that I want to point out to you is House Bill 72, which is an audiology modification bill. We're looking more closely at this. So if you are a specialty that works closely with audiologists, we would love your feedback on some of the procedures that are listed in this language. So again, take a look at that, check out our blog, and if you have any feedback you'd like to provide for us, please reach out to me directly. Next bill that I want to mention to you is House Bill 149, which is the first telehealth bill that we've seen filed this session. I know many of you have invested in telehealth technology and telehealth services, and it's really been a meaningful part of your practice during the COVID-19 pandemic. Our policy team is looking very closely at this bill. You may recall that our policy committee just recently passed an updated telehealth policy that is going on to our board. So our team is looking very closely at that. But if there's any feedback you'd like to provide us on this bill language, again, don't hesitate to reach out, and the bill language is available on the blog. And finally, something really exciting that we were thrilled to see filed this Thursday is Senate Bill 161, which would provide $1 million in funding to expand the telehealth, telepsychiatry program from the Brody School of Medicine at ECU. The funding would go to the Office of Rural Health, but would really expand this program that's already up and running to 5 additional sites within our state. So again, we were thrilled to see this being filed and hope this is something that we can support and you can support in order to increase telepsychiatry services throughout the state. And finally, I want to mention that we're starting the budget process. And as a reminder, this is a year where the North Carolina General Assembly creates a budget. The governor's also going to propose a budget. But this week in the General Assembly, different appropriation committees met to discuss where we are currently in terms of that subject matter area in terms of budgeting and kind of a high-level overview, particularly for these new members. I point that out to you to say that next week it was announced that the health appropriations will specifically focus on Medicaid. So if that's something that you care about, make sure you're following that closely and stay tuned for our update on that next week. That's all I have for you this week. Again, it's been another hectic week at the General Assembly. But we so appreciate your support of signing on to that letter, to reaching out to your legislators. It really does make a difference in this busy time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.